For centuries, humanity believed the universe was silent. We sent signals into deep space, built telescopes the size of cities, and searched distant worlds for signs of intelligent life, but the stars never answered. Eventually, humanity stopped asking and instead began building. Cities grew taller, technology advanced faster, and human civilization spread beyond Earth before eventually returning to transform it completely. By the 28th century, Earth was no longer the blue and green world our ancestors knew. It had become something far greater, an ecumenopolis, a world city. From orbit, the planet glowed like a sea of light, with trillions of people living across endless megacities stretching from ocean to mountain. Orbit around Earth was crowded with shipyards, defense platforms, communication arrays, and trade stations. Earth had become the beating heart of a powerful human civilization. But beyond human space, other civilizations were watching, and they were not impressed. Far across the galaxy, the Jakar Dominion had ruled for thousands of years. Their fleets had conquered dozens of star systems, and entire species had surrendered at the mere sight of their warships. To the Dominion, humanity appeared insignificant, a young species with a small territory and little history among the stars. When Dominion scouts finally discovered Earth, they reported something unusual: a planet completely covered in cities, surrounded by enormous orbital structures and constant ship traffic. But the Dominion High Command was not concerned. In their long history, they had seen many advanced worlds, and every single one had eventually fallen before the Dominion fleet. So they did what they had always done: they sent an armada. It was not their largest fleet, nor their strongest, just enough ships to remind a primitive species who truly ruled the stars. The armada arrived without warning. Across Earth's skies, thousands of satellites suddenly detected massive objects exiting hyperspace, and gigantic alien warships appeared above the planet. Each vessel was kilometers long, dark metallic hulls reflecting the sunlight as the fleet spread across Earth's orbit like a gathering storm. Within minutes, the entire planet could see them. Citizens looked up from crowded city streets, news broadcasts switched instantly to emergency alerts, and every screen across the planet displayed the same terrifying image: alien warships hovering above the world. For the first time in centuries, humanity faced an unknown threat. Inside the command deck of the Dominion flagship, Admiral Karzen observed the planet below. The human world was impressive, he had to admit that. Endless cities, vast orbital structures, and a constant flow of ships moving between stations. But impressive did not mean powerful. Karzen had seen greater worlds fall. He turned to his communications officer and gave a simple command: transmit the ultimatum. Moments later, every signal network on Earth received the same message. A deep alien voice echoed across human communication channels: this world is now under the authority of the Jakar Dominion. All planetary defenses are to power down immediately. All governing authorities will surrender control. Resistance will result in total planetary destruction. Across Earth, billions of people watched the broadcast in silence. Inside the Dominion flagship, Admiral Karzen waited, expecting panic, desperate negotiations, or immediate surrender. Instead, humanity responded with a single message: transmission received. That was all. No panic, no pleading, just calm acknowledgement. Karzen frowned at the response and decided to demonstrate Dominion power. He ordered the fleet into intimidation formation. Hundreds of alien warships shifted into position above Earth, forming a massive battle line across the planet's orbit. Energy weapons powered up as glowing weapon arrays lit the darkness of space. The fleet was ready to fire. But then something unexpected happened. Sensors across the Dominion fleet suddenly lit up with alerts. New signals were appearing, thousands of them. The sensor officer spoke nervously: Admiral, we are detecting additional vessels. Karzen leaned forward. Where? The officer hesitated before answering quietly: everywhere. Across the darkness of space, small lights began appearing. At first there were dozens, then hundreds, then thousands. Human ships. Massive carriers emerged from behind orbital stations, destroyers launched from hidden shipyards, and entire fleets rose from the far side of the moon. Within minutes, space around Earth filled with human warships. Karzen stared at the tactical display in disbelief. This was no primitive civilization. Orbital defense platforms began rotating into position, enormous weapons slowly aligning toward the Dominion fleet. Shipyards opened armored doors, releasing even more vessels. Then something even more alarming activated: defense rings. Enormous orbital structures encircling Earth powered on simultaneously as energy shields ignited across the planet. Planetary defense cannons came online, their power signatures dwarfing those of the Dominion fleet. In that moment Karzen realized the truth. Earth was not just a city world, it was a fortress. The Dominion fleet had not arrived at a primitive planet. They had arrived at the capital of a powerful interstellar civilization. A human transmission suddenly appeared on the flagship's command screen. The voice that spoke was calm and confident. "This is Earth Defense Command. You have entered restricted space. Please identify your intentions." Karzen looked again at the tactical display as more human ships continued arriving: carrier groups, defense cruisers, drone swarms, and entire battle fleets. Within minutes the number of human vessels had surpassed the Dominion fleet, then doubled it, then tripled it. Earth had not panicked when the alien armada arrived. Earth had been waiting. Dominion officers whispered nervously across the command deck. This was not how first contact was supposed to go. Karzen took a long breath before speaking into the communication channel. "This is Admiral Karzen of the Jakar Dominion. We came expecting a primitive world. It appears we were mistaken." There was a pause before the human commander responded. "You are not the first to make that mistake." Silence filled the alien flagship as the truth settled over the Dominion fleet. They had come to conquer Earth, but instead they had discovered something far more dangerous. Humanity was not a young species struggling to survive among the stars. Humanity was a civilization that had spent centuries preparing for threats exactly like this. The galaxy had finally come knocking on humanity's door, and humanity was ready.